tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran. And today, I am very excited because this one's fan requested. I'm always excited to see a fan requested one. Sometimes it's because they're really bad. Sometimes it's because they're really good. Sometimes it's for just completely odd reasons. But today, I'm excited to be checking out Living Maze. Now, first thing I normally like to tell you is how high it is ranked on the popularity chart. However, as I was scrolling down, I sneezed, lost track of my spot, got too frustrated, but I'll let you know it's below 200. Let me clarify exactly what that means if you're new to this show. That means that there are 200 other tabletop game projects right now on Kickstarter that are live. Not like on GameFound where you can back them after the fact. These are live projects that are more popular than this project. So this one is clearly not hitting the mark for whatever reason. So we're just going to go to here. Navigate traps and hidden passages. Fight monsters and bosses in the Living Maze. A single-player rogue-like dungeon delving card game. But yeah, if you control F, I got to around 200. It's not here yet. So we have to keep scrolling down to eventually find it. Because I do want to see what the main image looks like. Because it's very generic. And I think I put that as, where game. That's where I put that in the title of this. Because you're not showing me anything helpful at all in this main image, in my personal opinion. Now that we're zoomed in, I see that the words are a maze. But I say to myself, I wonder, when we zoom out, does that cool graphic design thing completely go away? And then I'm looking at the outside, and it just looks like you saying your name twice in a row. Yeah. Oh no, you can see it's kind of like it's stylized graphic design. But here's the bottom line: is stylized graphic design more valuable than gameplay, than prices, than a lot of other things? And it's, why is it so large, but then the important stuff is so small? Like down here, it's smaller, the text is, and it's kind of hard to read. A single-player roguelite dungeon delving adventure card game. Yeah, that feels like what should be right here. Navigate traps and hidden passages, fight monsters and bosses in the Living Maze, a single-player roguelite dungeon delving card game. So, with this, if it's solo, hey, see Goody, thanks for the suggestion. If it's solo, I'd mention how long it is, right? Because if it's a solo 15 minutes, there's going to be a crew who's like, ooh, that's my jam. I want that sort of quick solo thing. If it's a solo 90 minute, there's going to be a whole crew that's all about it. But let me know right from the jump. Also, I would make this bigger. Like, you say single player, but you could just do that with iconography, right? It's just the main image looks really bad to me. 50% funded. You know what? You're more than 50% funded, and I understand how the green bar works. I feel like most people do. So, like, the stuff on your main image is just redundant and useless to me, right? The name of the game. It's right here. I got it. We're good. 50% funded. I see the bar here. So, essentially, that is 60-ish% just useless information on the front. So why would I go in here? Why would I click? I don't see components. I don't see excitement. I don't see artwork. I don't see anything. And I don't know what we're going to put there. But I'm sure as we progress through this campaign, it will become evident. All right. As always in the video, I'm thinking three things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Let's go. 224.
A vast swath of land sat abandoned for centuries. You, a cunning beet farmer, saw an opportunity and purchased said land for a price so great it seemed too good to be true. And it was.
Going straight theme, hit me with some
On
components.
this land exists the Living Maze, an ancient, sentient dungeon. Entrapped within is a foul and dangerous evil.
Okay, so I like the fact we're clearly showcasing some artwork here. We're also clearly showcasing, like, the tongue-in-cheek nature of the game in the first 30 seconds with, like, the neon light sign right here. Like what we're doing here.
Referred to as the...
So we're showcasing a bunch of the different enemies that are in the game. Maybe they're asymmetrical, maybe they're not, but if they are, pop up a card on here. That'd be great. Like, at this point, I'm like, all right, I'd really like to see some components, and the only reason I feel like that is because you're not showing to me right now. But if you were showing me all this, like all these characters, but they're like, oh, here's what this means. It's like they all have their own different cards or something like that. It would just make it a little bit more like, it just make it better, I think. Like, just, oh yeah, cool, there's the card, right?
A foul and dangerous evil, lovingly referred to as the...
I like the taco one.
final boss. As the new owner of this land, you have unintentionally become soul-bound to the Living Maze and must now play its deadly game.
Okay.
Defeat the ancient evil that lurks within before time runs out. The Living Maze is a single-player, rogue-lite, dungeon-delving card game.
So once again, we are redundant. We are hardcore redundant right now. Hit me with something I don't know. Hit me with something good.
Where you hire brave adventurers to explore the halls of a randomly generated maze. You start the game with 2
here we
dice.
go.
Each die represents an adventurer in your party. Draw cards from the main deck.
So you're going to have 2 parts. So immediately, I'm more excited in this 12 to 7 seconds where you actually start to talk about the game like this and showcase components. I'm like, ooh, 2? That in my brain says, ooh, I bet they're all going to have different asymmetrical special abilities. It's like, oh, I could combine this one with this one and this one and this one. And that makes me want to get expansions even more because it's like, oh, it's going to be fun to combine all these different synergies. And that's great. But that was, you know, like, hit me with it a little bit earlier, right?
Building a maze however you see fit. Be careful, though, as the living maze intends on giving you a challenge and will throw some vicious...
This looks really simple, too. Like, I'm looking at the graphic design. I'm like, okay, it looks clean. It looks clear. We're not zoomed in like I'd love to be. But at the end of the day, this looks solid. I get what they're harrowing on Rogue-lite. That's big in the video game scene because it implies endless variation. Yeah. Yeah, and I guess that's why... I feel like that's why board gamers get so wild about asymmetrical a lot of the time, because I feel like that's the same thing. It's like you got enough asymmetrical cards, infinite variation. So yeah,
I get your way in the form of traps and monsters. Oh no!
Finally, zoomed in on a card. Nice graphic design. Looks solid. Okay.
Devious trap. An adventurer must attempt to disarm it. Roll one of your dice. A dangerous monster appears. Worry not, your adventurers are ready for a fight. Roll all of your dice.
I think there's a really well done video utilizing, what is it, like Tabletop Simulator, Tabletopia, whatever this is. I feel like they're doing a really solid jobs on these shots with the voiceovers. Very nicely done.
While you are traversing the halls, the living maze is also building a randomly generated path to the
Oh,
final boss. After
okay.
you draw and place a card, you will in turn draw and place a card for the final boss, creating the shortest path between the final boss starting room and the entrance. Once the path is created, each time you take a turn, the final boss will move 1 room closer to the entrance.
We are really getting into the weeds of the rules here. We're really getting into the weeds.
And should it ever reach the entrance before you, the final boss will have successfully escaped the living maze, wreaking havoc upon the world. If you are ever feeling overwhelmed or have too many injured adventurers, your party may leave the maze instead of fighting the final boss, allowing your adventurers time to heal.
See, like, this is like, I already thought we were so in the weeds when we were just, like, synopsis of the game, but now we're like, oh, hey, by the way, we're not, like, but you can all, like, it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. I think we would have been better off with a short, snappy, punchy thing, right? Especially considering, I imagine, I think C. Goody said this one has a rock-solid price, too. Problem is people like me who skip the video entirely in most cases. Yeah, it's a lot of people, man. It's a lot of people.
And providing you the opportunity to hire another adventurer, increasing the size of your dice pool.
Ooh. Yeah, I want to see more of these. Can I wish I could read that.
Increasing the size of your maze.
See, I just skipped that. I subconsciously just skip that, which I try very rarely to do in the segment. It's just like it was so. It's like I get it. Wrap it up. Yeah, I feel like we could have trimmed about 20 to 30 seconds off that. I think a lot of it was probably in the front end, or at least combining stuff from the front end with the middle end. I felt like we did a really good job of integrating what we were talking about with showcasing gameplay. Almost too much, it felt like, but I think that's just because we went a little long on that. I tied that up, but overall, yeah, after the video, do I want it? Yeah, I do. I get the gist. Love to know the price. Love to know the time count, too. Still haven't mentioned that. That'd be nice. I feel like that's a no-brainer. You know, it's on the side of every single box for the most part, so it should be here. Crowbrain Games. Crowbrain Games. Are they working with Hero Time? That sounds familiar. Rated games created for nerdy creations. Crowbrain Games is an independent game developer and publisher based in Seattle, Washington, U.S. Donna V. And no, I don't think so. I think I'd remember that name. I email everyone where I work for Hero Time Manufacturing, and so it's like that. I think there's another publisher out there with the word Crow in their name. Maybe that was it. All right, so they did The Living Maze, which was canceled. It was 53% funded. We still, like, that main image is just so bad. It's just, I'm going to harp on it, right? I really am, because it just is such an unappealing main image. And when you look at other main images, just look at. So, what does this tell me, right? It tells me a brief synopsis, very brief, and the name, and then there's some brief artwork in the background. Like, this one's showing me, oh, cool. It comes in this little tin. It has a nice organizer. Oh, great. This one looks... Actually, I think this one looks pretty garbage, too. A lot of wasted space here. But, you know, it's set up. I know, like, it's just... Your main image game is not good. It's not even average. I feel like it's bad. And I feel like it just... And I have a hard time being lenient on something like that, because if you just browse Kickstarter and look at your image versus other images, like, there's levels to this, right? You know, something like, it's just a lot of showcasing boxes, which I've been on that bandwagon for years. I remember when I first started on this channel, that used to be one of my biggest pet peeves. And I think I wonder, in what small part did I push the industry towards showing more boxes, man? You should harp on it. It could do so much more. If I don't know about this before, I'm scrolling right past. Looks like a child made the image. It does. I mean, it honestly does. Like, this looks like a middle school, like, PowerPoint. Like, this, like, it looks like a nice one. Don't get me wrong. It looks good. Like, that kid's getting an A. Kid's probably getting an A+. You know? But what, like, look around the room, see what we can add, and see what we can spotlight, because I'm sure there's going to be stuff here. All right, so Living Maze is singled. Yeah, you're telling me all that stuff again. The lore, game overview. Okay, how to play. Okay, weeks 2 through 8. So now we're just... So here's the thing. This is what I always say. I just said it to a customer today. Put the price first. Just get to it early. And I know you can go over here, you can look at the price, but if you're on iOS and mobile, which is a huge chunk of people browsing mobile, you don't see that. So put the price early, because there's two types of people, in my opinion, on Kickstarter. There's people that skip the video, they just want to get to the nitty-gritty, get to the meat and potatoes, right? And those people, you know what they want? They want the freaking price, okay? They just showed you they want the price. And then there's people who, like, they want to enjoy the ride. They're going to watch the Kickstarter video, then they're going to scroll down, right? So there you go. Either way, they know what your game's about, and then they want the price. So either way, both of them want the price. So why beat around the bush? Why tell me what you've already told me if I watch the video? You know? Single player only. No one's like, yeah, whatever. Like, solo games are great. Like, this is fine. You can have this here. It's fine. But price above this. You know, there's so many other things above this. Especially if the price is low. Slam that in my face. Yes, yes, yes. Just get the money out the wallet quick. Always, always, always. And I say this to my customers. I pissed off one so far. And I've talked to like 100 of them about this. Your game is not special to anyone except for you and your close circle of friends. There's 200 other more popular games. Now, that might be STL files here and there, and RPGs and print and plays and all this and that, but there's still 200. You're just in a sea on Kickstarter. You're in a sea. And you have to realize you have to have stuff to show out. Yeah, like, and you look like you have it. Like, this is great. Okay. We got full playthroughs, setup and playthrough. These are great. Those are fantastic videos to go. Those open my wallet a little bit. Download the rule booklet. Great. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Rules and setup. Click to play. These are all fantastic things. Why are we beating on the bush? Just hit the price. Boss is 8. I'd zoom in on this a little bit. I'd love to see more of this text. Yeah, like, let's go 2s. Let's just go 2 each. Go 4 down so I can actually read it, because it looks like the text is there and it's final. And I want to know that, right? If I'm going to back your game, I want to know that. I also want to know the price. Yeah, so you zoom in on the 1, but man, even then, it's kind of hard, like, to see that text. So just make this a little bit bigger. Make it bigger. Make it bigger. You got space on the left. You got space on the right. You got space in the middle. I know it sucks adjusting it, but for the future, just make it bigger. So we got artifacts, traps, 37. Looks good. Looks good. I don't know if it looks good based on the price, because you haven't told me the price yet. Miscellaneous ×2. Great. Wow, that is so much. Jiminy Christmas. It's a lot of text on that card. That text is so insanely tiny. Cheat sheet. Very nice right there. Love that. I wish that one was overflowing like this one. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Like, I'm not, like, I've never been like, man, that is just too much crap on that player reference there. I'm like, oh, Jesus, this is awesome. Right? The 2 cards are double-sided, entrance cards and lore sheet tracker and cheat sheet. That's awesome. You know what? Here's a mind-blowing concept. This is going to rock your world. Show me both sides. Like, once again, I go back to right up here. Add a row. Add a row here. Add a row there. And just show me the other side of the card. Because once again, I was impressed by your cheat sheet card. I love this. I love the fact that these are going to be on the table with me, making the solo gaming experience flow and go easier and quicker and make it more likely to hit the table. I love what you got going on here, so just show me it. Zoom in. I don't want to see these freaking walls here. I don't care how thematic your backdrop is on your component area. I want to see the components. The fact they have a full tabletop simulator don't have the important stuff plastered more prevalently over gameplay and lore bothers me because they have everything they need. It does look like they do. And I still haven't got to the price. I imagine I'm going to be incredibly annoyed. I have a premonition based on what Secret said. I have no affiliation with this project to clear. I just want it to fund. LOL. And that's the thing. If you enjoy this channel and you just have a project that you want to see fund, just post in the comments and I'll try and get to it. It's that easy. Or you can pay me to do it on Fiverr. But the other way is easier. Just don't go around telling everybody. Note, box displayed is an early prototype version. Dimensions, design, and subjects change. Cool, good to know. Good stuff here. Great, neato. How about we just get to the price? Snorkum, the master of finger fun fu, is only available to backers. Wow, why is this so far buried down here? I would place it. I would have this right at the front. This is Kickstarter exclusive, right? You have a big banner here. Kickstarter exclusive card. Gives you a reason to back. Very nice price. The Kickstarter, this extra card is just icing on the cake. Maybe there's stretch goals. So now we get to pledge tiers. Why are we waiting so long for pledge tiers? It just makes absolutely no sense to me. Top. Just throw this. 7, 8. It's more the story. I'll tip you on Fiverr sometime. No need, but if you do, much appreciated. $20! Oh, God. That's a full point grade bump down. Like, this is just so low. I was assuming when you said it was a good price, it was like 35, but 20? 20? And now, how many cards was it? I don't even remember. 60 plus cards, and once again, you showcase it. So, yeah, take this, take what's in the box, mush those together, slam it all the way to the tippy top, along with that free card that we're getting. That's a Kickstarter exclusive weird face guy. But I'm in on the price. I'm so in. $20 should be plastered here. Like, honestly, if you want to just have a really large image in the middle of your Kickstarter thing, just put $20 solo game, and then like that would honestly, I think, be way more effective than you putting your name a second time. And I'm not even joking. If it just said $20. Like, now obviously that's not what I would do, but this is fantastic. And yes, I know this is not the version that most people are going to get. So it's starting at $20. What the starting at, whatever. 60 plus cards. I'm assuming that means stretch goals. More cards may be added. Stretch goals. This is the first time you've talked about them. Mention them higher. Deluxe Vacation goes to 35 or 45. Wow, that's awesome. Mention it. Mention it on the first page and change the graphic once the early bird's gone. Early bird, first 48 hours. Facts that would sell instantly. Yeah. Like, there's so many things here where it's like you just have to think at $20 for a solo game, and we haven't talked about shipping yet, how little you have to do to convince people to make your dream come true. Because this feels like a Kickstarter project. Like, this one doesn't feel like a Heartless Soulless. It's going to come to retail, Target, sort of the pre-planned stretch goals, all that sort of shenanigans, cart in front of the horse type of thing. This feels like a real Kickstarter, and people love to support this kind of thing. I think a personal touch would have been pretty good too, honestly. I think that would have been nice. But $20, and you're $45 for the deluxe vacation. So what is it? Everything in that plus 9 acrylic standees. Okay, I would showcase those, right? Show me them. Do they replace the 9? What are they for? Do they replace, because I see I have 2 wooden meeples. So what are the acrylic standees for? Why am I excited? Why do I want them? Are you going to break Bauer's Law? Oh, no. I think the price is so low that they will not break Bauer's Law because the jump is only $15, and you really don't have to convince people much of anything at all at that point. But it does feel good. So I don't know. So why do I need the 9 acrylic standees? What do they do? What are they for? Where are they? Are they down here, hopefully? Nope. Okay. I'm not sold. 60 card sleeves. Okay. Are they like living maze card sleeves, or are they just, they're just black? Okay, so it's just card sleeves. if you have standard poker size cards, like do these need to be here? Is there a world where these could not be here, and maybe we have an $11,400 funding goal that's more likely to get hit? I wonder if that world exists, because it's like that. Like, I get it, people like card sleeves, but it's if they're not your card sleeves, if they're just generic, or maybe they are yours. I don't know. You should tell me, because I want to give you money. 3 tracker dice. Those are which one is? Oh, so these are. Let's see. Black, red, blue, white. So it's the black, red, blue, white. It's the dice not pictured. Cool. Great. Acrylic markers for characters? Question mark. Who knows? What? Like it is astonishing how little time and effort seems to have been put into this area, as opposed to other areas. And it's so weird because copy paste, like I said, just like, let's go back to here. Well, not that one. Not you, not the prototype. This is it. What? This is great. Why? Like, if you slap $20, let's see, where could we put it? Right, like right here. $20. Boom, $20. So you just put $20 in my mind and say, that's all you have to convince me to give you. And I say, wow, $20. And I look at these cards and say, oh, 8 bosses. Okay, I'm going to get a different one of those each game. Okay. Asymmetrical, special abilities. Zoom in. Okay, then we got 10 monsters. They look cool. I got these artifacts. I got these traps. $20 is already out of my pocket, right? It's just a question of, all right, where's the expansion now? I see this, $20. Ding, 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 dang, dong. Right? Cool. And that's another thing. Why don't we just jump to, and we don't even talk about it. We don't even talk about the pledge that you want to sell. You want to sell the deluxeification pledge. You don't want people buying the 20, you want people buying the 35. Just, duh, they give you more money. You're going to make boards, and you're going to do all this, yeah. Then sell them better, because they're sold really, really poorly now. Incredibly poorly, except for the playmat. Playmat's nice, I will say. Kudos on the playmat. That's great. I love the fact you're showcasing that it's actually going to help. Be functional, great, super, stupendous. But everything else, you don't even show these 3 dice. I do not see them. So I'm not excited. Or is there more dice in one of these piles? Is that it? No? Looks like the same picture. I don't know. That feels like such a fumble, right? It's like if I'm looking at the pictures of the food at your restaurant, and I'm looking at it, and they don't look great. I'm like, eh. You know, Monster Maker, cool. $200, reasonable price. Make a new monster, 15. That's $3,000. That is 25% of your funding goal that you could have angel backers give you at a very reasonable price. It's deluxe, plus I got to put a monster in. Custom design, name design a new monster, limit of 15. That is exciting. That is fun. That is a way for me to actually feel like I am really going to be able to see you get over the finish line and have a personal attachment, lifelong attachment potentially to your game. The kind of thing where I see you at a convention, I say, oh yeah, I have the monster. Like, brand loyalty, a fantastic idea at a rock solid price covering 25% of your funding goal. It's a slam dunk no-brainer, but it is buried 26 minutes into me exploring your freaking page. That is I gotta go a third of a point grade bump down, because as much as I love the idea, that's something you spotlight. That's something that I think you throw a sentence in the video to mention the deluxe. And then we also have an awesome pledge where you can create your own monster, and like, that's cool. And it's just, they're just hidden down here. Includes everything deluxeification reward tier. So it's making a artificer time. I don't know what that means. Cool. Be your own boss. Neat. That's awesome. Inspire the mate. Like, these are great. People have got, like, and these are the kind of things that put you over the finish line. So yeah, I think we gotta get those higher. Yep, priorities to be re-examined. They should rewatch a third time if it does fail. I don't feel like it should fail. I feel like they just need to bump stuff up, right? Just spotlight, and then yeah. So it's like, wow, do we need these? Okay, so yeah, why are these here? You have everything you need. Put the fuck put the damn things together. Don't tell me I'm buying acrylic standees that you want me to pay extra money for, then don't show me the acrylic standees that you want me to pay extra money for right next to the spot where you tell me about the acrylic standees that you want me to pay extra money for. I feel like that is just obvious, right? Like, imagine if you were looking at a menu and you're like, it's just like, oh, go to page 8. That'll show you more information about this entree. You'd be like, what the hell? Why is it there? Stretch goals, awesome, cool, neat. This is a choice. So it's 14,000, 16,000, 18,000. So we're going just in an odd direction either way. Like normally people go like this, or it's just they don't go right to left to down to right, but whatever. Customized card sleeves. So essentially you are deluxifying card sleeves, which decent chunk of people will not use. So that is not, I don't know. I didn't even see the standees down there. WTF barbecue sauce. Yeah, like what? Like, just, and it's just like, it's, you say it out loud, you're like, yeah, well, duh. Like, it's like, okay, let's see if they did break Bauer's Law. I don't think they, I'm gonna guess they did not, because they had the early bird, even though they didn't spotlight it. Hardly at all. And they also have a really rock solid price. It's just $35. So $20 will not be the most popular pledge level. $34. Nope. This 104. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Coming in hot. 3-1. But you're also not filing in the $35. 0 on the Monster Maker. 0 on the Artificer. 300 on the Boss. And just saying. Big oops on the missing standee picture higher. Yeah. Here's the thing. These pledges are also incredibly good for the people that just care about you around you. So we're just going to have a little chit chat about why I love these type of pledges so much. Because since they're just our artwork for the most part, they're not going to like add to the gameplay and the playtesting and stuff like that. So first and foremost. Secondly, these are a great opportunity for people who love you and care about you and have extra disposable income to just say, oh, I could give you $35, but I'll just give you $500. You know, I just feel like, you know, that one thing you did in college for me that one time, or like, oh yeah, just because I love you, and oh yeah, Billy, I just want to see you succeed, like making your dream come true, especially after the first time it failed, and if they know you, they know it failed, like they just like, and here's the thing, those people, do you think they want to spend 26 minutes on your Kickstarter page deeply analyzing your game and really getting down deep and understanding exactly what the heck your game is about? No. They don't. They just want to give you the money and go away and say, oh, so you get the thank you, and they say, yeah, I'm excited to check out the game. Okay, so show this stuff earlier. It's just annoying. Would you be more likely to deluxe for 40 without sleeves than 45 with? Sleeves should always be add-on. I do use them. I agree that not everyone does. Yeah, I seldom do, and it's just there's a chance that there's going to be someone who just doesn't care about your stretch goal, which you never want. You want people to always be excited about them. Whereas this one. Set of 8 boss stickers. Okay. I'm fine with boss stickers as long as nothing else below boss stickers is actually going to make the game that I want to play better. But if stickers are above stuff that I like, the next thing better be a pen and a coffee mug or shirts. Holofoil bosses. It's fine. I imagine most people would rather have the holofoil bosses. Whatever. Either way, it doesn't impact gameplay. And then we have, so that's all we're showing. Okay. So none of them are like new cards or anything. Full playthrough. Failed to determine content classification. It's a Twitch. So it's there. It's a gameplay. Got it. Cool. Understood. Despite the slim possibility of some sort of bias, I do believe The Living Maze is a fantastic game. So the first quote is you trying to be funny, right? And I'm not saying that in a mean way. Some people thought it was funny. Some people didn't. Whatever. It's always how humor is going to work. But it clearly is you attempted humor, right? Like, okay, cool. But not really. Like, that's not the quote we want to lead off with here. Maybe. I guess it shows a personal touch, but it's like, I'd rather just... I don't know. I don't know. You don't see it often, and I think there's a reason why. International shipping always does suck. Yeah. Let's get there. Satisfying, lighthearted game. Absolutely charming art style and a risk-reward mini dungeon leave for lots of replayability. Like, okay, risk-reward. I really enjoy the way the dice work. I am having a little bit control over my luck. It's great fun if you want something fairly light and engaging. Okay. Solid. Talks a little bit. Yeah, solid, cool. Just wrapped up a session of Living Maze, and I'm hooked. The random dungeon generation keeps things fresh and exciting every time. Plus, the artwork is top-notch, adding a fun vibe to the gameplay. It's easy to learn, but offers endless replayability with its strategic depth. Okay, meet the team. Us, I need some gear, deluxe vacations, shipping estimates. Still not bad. 29 and, what is it? 60? I said 60, and now I'm like, I don't know if 60 feels great. And then I go shipping elsewhere, and I'm like, yeah, I really don't know if 75 feels great, right? Like, now I go back to that component list. I'm like, how many cards were we rocking here? It was less than 100, right? Like, I know there's great artwork on the cards and whatnot, but, you know, like, this deluxe, yeah, okay. We've got the neoprene gaming mat. Man, that neoprene gaming mat is really doing the heavy lifting on that deluxe one, isn't it, huh? I guess the acrylic standees. Oh, no, the acrylic standees are hot, too. Those ones are actually nice for the bosses. Yes. Okay, acrylic standees are nice. But like, it's just, the only reason that the $60 does not feel good. Let's real talk. I'm just talking out of my brain. The only reason in my brain why this does not feel like a good price is because you didn't spotlight this level. Now I'm looking at it. It's like, okay, no, it feels fine. That's a big playmat, 28 by 23, right? Acrylics are nice. Like, this is fine. It's fine. Okay. And you get card sleeves that might even be nice. The mat helps tons. I generally think they're overpriced in general. Yep, they are overpriced, but that also makes the price of the price jump up seem nicer. But I think this is really telling just how poorly spotlighted these were. That you only have one, right? Because they're not that out of... They're not crazy. $200, that's not crazy, right? People pay that much for a Kickstarter game all the time, right? It's not spotlighted at all, it feels like. So 34. Ooh, what is this? Ooh. What is that? Okay. Wow, it really... Holy crap. It itemize. Is this new? Is everybody doing this? Am I missing this? That's interesting. As a manufacturer, that's hot. Oh, whoa. I need to talk to my boss. Great point. People are going to associate that image to Deluxe because it's the first Deluxe pics they see. Yeah. Okay. So, FAQ updates, comments. What's going on there? I need some gear, too. It seems like it's just the same as the Deluxeification. This was brought to your attention. You addressed it in the FAQ, and then don't actually remedy the situation in the page. That's a 2/3 of a point grade bump down. Oh, is that new? I hope that's new. I hope that's brand new. If it's not, if they're just like, no, store it in the FAQ, it'll be fine. Like, no. You have the images. Just cram them together. Not sure what happened, but the standard version of the game, I needed some gear, got the same description as the Deluxeification tier. We tried to edit it for you, but we didn't get there in time, and now Kickstarter will change and everyone to avoid fraud. Oh, they're talking about the actual tier list. Okay. They're talking just about a screw up they did. They're not even talking about, like, look, that impossible dungeon. That's your lane. I think their main image looks better. I can't see the stuff in the top left. Is that even a crow? Is their freaking logo a crow? Is there another dungeon game with a crow-themed standard price $25? Jesus Christ, this is so much in your lane, it's ridiculous. Wow. What the hell is that? Oh, that's the early bird. Why is there a crow? I thought, okay, that was weird. Okay, updates, comments, give this one a grade. Let's get out of here. Major progress in the first 12 hours, 3K raise for 25%. Why is this pinned? August 28th. I'm assuming you've had an update since then. If not, it's odd this is pinned. If this is the last update, it's not a good look because it looks like you're just dead and you're just waiting for it to die. You got to keep coming in here. And it's not the last update, so it's really odd that that's pinned. I would unpin that. Like, why? Because it does, like, even at first glance, it's like, why? Okay, we hit 25%. Why are we still pinned? It looks like they just forgot to unpin it. Okay. I would unpin it. Hey, just a quick little update. I'm doing an impromptu live stream live maze on Tabletop Simulator. Thanks, Dan. Okay. Have you considered offering a second game of his second games as an add-on? Currently, it's our only game. That being said, though, I think second games. I think, Dan, that he means 2 games because that's a very common Kickstarter thing. Yeah. It doesn't look like they gave up, though. Like, so yeah, this is, well, it is 12 days ago. It's been a while. I really enjoyed it. Appreciate watching. I want to get my deck in and out and start playing, but alas, I shall have to wait. All right. So it's got, like, you got some people interested. Want to start, man? We got to be honest here, Dan. You got 201 backers, and you have 13 comments. You need your next update to be blunt, to be transparent, and to get people to talk. You lead with the question. You say, what is not working? Help us. There you go. Boom. Help us. What is not, like, you need to like, because, yeah, it looks like you're creeping over, but you don't have to. You can ask them. They will give you suggestions. I imagine a lot of them will mirror some of the stuff that I've said. And then you're going to rise in popularity just because you're actually creating engagement naturally, right? You're getting people to talk in the updates, talk in the comments, which is probably why this thing is, sub 200 on the popularity charts, right? Like 13 comments, 201 backers. That's a really poor number. This looks great. Count me in. I really hope this is the game that makes it sound like a lot of fun. Thanks, you Iris. We hope you too. Congratulations on crossing the first half of funding. Hopefully there's more stuff. Looks like the one game is such smoother. Can't wait. Man, I really need to do a Fiverr, which is just me. Like, yeah, I'll play your game on Tabletop Simulator. Like, you teach me, I'll play it, I'll record it. Bada boom, you have a video. Things that I need to do. 143. So yeah, it looks legit. You got 4 backers in Seattle. Is that where you're from? I thought you're from Washington. Yeah. Final grade for the Living Maze. Man, it's bad. It's a bad grade, right? Because this has a fantastic price. It feels like a real Kickstarter. The artwork, never mind, excuse me. The artwork is passable, serviceable, good, great, wherever you want to go, but it doesn't look bad. The graphic design looks really good. The game looks fun. There's gameplay videos. There's a rule booklet. There's a tabletop simulator. There's pictures of the acrylics. There's a nice looking play mat. There's a decently priced deluxe version, especially if you're not looking at the shipping. But it's just, it feels like the ball was so fumbled. It's like one of those ones where it's like it feels like this game deserves better than this Kickstarter because it looks like a fun game. I also the other thing is, there was a choice that was made in between the first and the second Kickstarters to not apparently reach out to content creators, right? And I don't want to be that guy because I am a content creator. Not like I'm talking about, should have got a preview for me. None of that crap. But I'm just saying, like, it doesn't look like there's a huge, like, it doesn't look like you have any YouTube videos at all? Question mark? Which is that's a choice. That's a choice. I don't think it's a good one. No, that's there. Okay. No, so it's by you though. Okay, so it's you. So you try to do it yourself. That's fine. That's great. Setup and playthrough. That's fantastic. Full gameplay. C- or D, maybe C because of price. Nah, C- because of price, if not D. Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like the price is a bad thing, right? Because it's such a good price. So, final grade for me. Do I want it? I do. I feel like the video was solid once we got past the first 20, 30 seconds, which weren't terrible, but they're just like, all right, come on, get to it. I do think that we went a little bit long. We got into the rules minutiae, certainly at the very end there. Like, when it felt like it was done. It felt like a movie where it's like, oh, it's done. You're like, oh, wait, they're going into the building now? Wait, what? I thought it was over. It's like, it was like, oh, there's a last scene that was unexpected there at the end. Which is fine, but it's just, it makes the video look more daunting. The longer the video is, the more daunting a video is, you know? I feel like just naturally human nature, especially nowadays with TikTok and YouTube Shorts, I'm part of the problem, baby. You better believe it. You know, if you have a 47-second video versus a minute and 47-second video, I just feel like people are more inclined to do the 47. Man, I'm beating around the bush. So do I want it? Yes, I do. Can you do it? Yes, I'm not worried about it. With the $12,000 funding goal and the game you're showing me, it doesn't seem like a terribly difficult game to make at all. Component-wise, nothing here is difficult or complex. Acrylics are fine. Cards are fine. Playmat, whatever. Just print it. You don't have to do as large of a print run generally when you print playmat, so I'm not too worried about that. It looks fine. And you have the extra pledge levels. Everything should be good. Can you do it? Yeah, I'm not too terribly concerned about it. And then how much is it? It's fine. $12,000, reasonable funding goal. The price itself at $20 freaking dollars. Like I don't back Kickstarters much anymore, but at $20, I'm inclined to be like, you know what? I might take a flyer on that, right? But convincing people of the deluxe is where you really stumble in here, because once again, Bauer's Law. That's not my opinion, but it's just checking out every day. This should be 7 to 10 times more than this one. Right now, it's 3 times, which. If it were 7 to 10 times, then this would be funded, right? Like, so it's, you know, it sucks. I think the organization's terrible, and I think it really cripples it. And I feel like the pledge area is really bad. Like, even if I just jump, because here's the thing. I try and complain less about the organization now that you can just jump to it, assuming you're not lazy and you actually use these. But even when I get down here, yeah, that's great. But it's like, this just, it doesn't, yeah, it's a D. I think it's a D. It's got everything it needs. I'm gonna go D. I'm gonna go D. That main image is and I haven't even talked about it yet, but that main image, which we haven't harked on since the very beginning, is really bad. I think it is terrible. I think it does nothing for your project. It's literally just repeating. It's a huge chunk of your space just telling me nothing at all that I don't already know. And instead, it could be showcasing the price. It should be showcasing the time length, which I don't think I saw. You know, it could be showcasing your artwork, your graphic design, your great graphic design. It could be showcasing the cool taco guy that you're so proud of. That looks awesome, right? Like, you could have showcased your artwork, and instead you showcased your name, and and you did the same thing in the story too. Instead of focusing on the stuff that's important, you focused on your lore and just saying the video again, and it sucks. It sucks. I hate it. This should do better. I'm going with the D. Let me know in the comments below what's your final grade for the Living Maze Rogue-lite Dungeon Delving card game. And quick show note. Not sure there's going to be a show tomorrow. I might be going up to the lake for one of the last few times with my daughter before the summer is over. Well, it's already over, but or there might be a show. We'll see. Depends on how much work I have. But as always, thanks for your time. Have a good weekend either way. Bye-bye.